The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. And now it's time for the Mr. Nailsin Show. Well, guess what? It's another episode of the Mr. Nailsin Show, and joining me again, Pat Dixon. Hi, Pat.
Hi.
A woman has been sentenced for killing bride hours after her wedding in drunk driving crash. And that's pretty much the whole story. But here she is. Uh-oh. Still kind of bloodshot, too, you know?
Thicker is what I'd like to do.
So, yeah, the judge sentenced her to over 2 decades behind bars. She pled guilty, so there you go. Jamie...
Don't you think a big part of that, though, is that, you know, she just got married, and so the judge is like, well, that's extra bad.
Yeah, it's like the extra tragic circumstances. Her whole life was ahead of her. Of course, your whole life is always ahead of you, even if you've only got, a couple of months to live. Jamie Komorowski, I don't know, was sentenced for killing Samantha Miller and injuring 2 others in April 2023.
Pronounced Komorowski.
Komorowski, it's like Komorowski, received 25 years for DUI causing death, 15 for 2 counts of DUI causing great bodily injury, and 10 for reckless homicide. The terms will run concurrently.
Folly Beach.
I know. This happened at Folly Beach. Well, that should have been your first clue.
Meanwhile, there's some chick had run over by a car beach having a great time.
So the police department responded to a vehicle collision with injuries call. They give you the street and all that. A large crash scene with a golf cart on its side up against a gray Toyota Camry. The officer saw multiple victims, but focused on Miller because she was unconscious and did not have a pulse.
Who was driving the golf cart?
Yeah, it's not telling who. I
assume it's not the drunk driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dead one, I guess, would be in the carts.
I guess they were in a golf cart. I guess they're going to spend their honeymoon at a golf resort, maybe. I don't know. So other victims of the scene, including Miller's new husband, Eric Hutchison, were reportedly in and out of consciousness and seriously injured. The officer later approached Komorowski, who did not have any injuries. That's always the case, but had an odor of alcohol coming from her breath and person. Jeez. Well, coming from her breath would be from her person. And but I guess just her overall body odor stunk of alcohol.
It was coming out of her pores.
Yes. I sniffed every inch of her.
It was all good.
Yeah. Anyway, after that, I got back to dealing with the case. Komorowski told the officer he had a beer, shot of tequila an hour prior to the crash, but felt very drunk. The officer asked Komorowski to take a sobriety test, but she strongly refused and became uncooperative.
Strongly refused. No fucking way.
She appeared very unsteady on her feet, then almost fell down. The officer detained her and took her to the police department for questioning, where she refused to take a breathalyzer test.
Well, I guess we got to let her go.
That's it. Komorowski was taken to the hospital for a blood test and returned to the jail. So anyway, her blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit at 0.261%.
0.2. I blew a 0.26. That's high.
Okay.
That's fucking wasted. In fact.
So more than a beer and a shot of tequila.
Oh, yes.
Well, remember, it was a little cloudy. She was driving her Camry at around 65 miles per hour when it hit the golf cart. Yeah, okay. Transporting Miller, Hutchison's brother-in-law, and the brother-in-law's son. The brother-in-law, Benjamin Garrett, was reportedly driving Hutchison and Miller back from their wedding to the house where they were staying. Miller was still wearing her wedding dress when she died. Oh, well, this is worse than I thought.
Damn.
Jeez. Garrett.
What, are you going to bury her in it too?
They might. Maybe they did.
Buried in it, dies in it. Change clothes, bitch.
Oh, my God. Well, how's she supposed to do that? She's dead. It was my only job, and I didn't get to complete it, Garrett said.
God. It was my only job.
To drive them back to the house?
Give me a fucking break.
That's the statement.
It's my only job, and I didn't get to complete it.
Shouldn't it be like,
this is all about you.
Exactly. Man, sometimes
I didn't get to complete my job at the wedding.
It's like that last story of the woman who was burned to death, and the woman said she literally lit up the room.
Yeah.
That still takes the crown, but still.
That guy probably was not thinking about how that was going to look in print.
Nah. So anyway, Hutchison filed a wrongful death suit. Well, yeah, we'll see. And the bars. Oh, that's where the money is. In restaurants she went to in her booze-filled day of bar hopping. Hutchison gave a victim impact statement saying, "We didn't get hit. We got ran through. All 4 of us should have died that night. I believe Sam saved us. It's who she is. She would have taken one for all of it." I mean,
huh?
I guess because she was near to the impact point, maybe. Is she a big woman? I don't know. I mean, look, I'm sorry, buddy, but I mean, I don't. But look, they're in mourning. They're not making sense. You know.
Taking one for all of us. Taking one. She was a real team player. But she didn't understand that was going to prevent me from completing my job.
For her part,
that's a different guy. He didn't let my brother complete his job.
That's true. Yeah.
This fucking
this bitch
taking one for everybody. Hey, there was a woman up there who set herself and her kid on fire because of a paternity test.
Really? Where are you seeing that?
It's you scrolled past it, but it was
woman caught bomb killed,
a little further up.
Cooked toddler.
9.
Woman. Oh wow. Woman allegedly set herself, infant, and toddler on fire amid humiliation. Oh, well, we got to go see. Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever. Como-Vorosky went to jail. She's sorry for what she did.
We got enough of that. Right?
Yeah. Woman. Okay. 27-year-old woman is facing murder and attempted murder charges for allegedly lighting herself and her 2 young children on fire, killing one of them. Where is this? Orlando. Orange County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a call on Hiawassee Oaks. Drive about. You drive about a lot there. A fire involving an adult woman and her 2 children. When deputies arrived, they found Esther Thielis with burns to 50% to 60%.
Can I have that was Esther Thielis, please?
I'll have an Esther Thielis. I don't know. It's pretty hot.
You sprained your Esther Thielis, I'm afraid.
50 to 60% of her body, her 8-month-old son with burns to 80 to 90% of his body, and a 2-year-old with minor burns.
Ask your doctor if Esther Thielis is right for you.
No, it is not. It should be banned. Medics transported all 3 victims to a nearby hospital. Officials wanted to transfer the infant, Da Vinci Joseph,
straight to the graveyard.
Yeah. Afraid so, to another hospital in Gainesville, but he was not stable enough to transport. Joseph died from his injuries. A detective spoke with Thielis' roommate, Brunel Hosty, who said on the morning of the incident...
With these fucking people. Thielis and Hosty. Next.
Thielis and Hosty. Thielis left to drop her 2-year-old son at his father's house. She apparently wanted to relinquish custody of the boy to his father, Jefferson Mignon, because she had plans to move to Fort Lauderdale with her infant. When Thielis got to Mignon's house, he and his mother questioned the legitimacy of the child and suggested Esther Thelis complete a DNA test to prove Jefferson Mignon was the father of the child before he assumed responsibility. Well, that's a reasonable request. Thelis reportedly left the child with Mignon, but the boy's grandmother dropped him off shortly thereafter because she said she would not care for the child until it was certain that Mignon was the child's father. Not long after that, Thelis went to a 7-Eleven about a mile away, and when she came back, Hostie's daughter yelled, "She's killing the kids! They're all on fire!"
You could just yell fire.
Yes. The roommate, in the time it took for you to say that sentence, precious seconds were lost. The roommate reportedly saw someone carrying a badly burned Joseph as other passerby helped Thelis. Hostie asked Thelis about her motivation, and she allegedly responded, "It's too much humiliation."
The only answer for humiliation? Immolation.
Oh my God, bitch. Detectives executed a search warrant at Thelis's home and reportedly located a gas can, lighter, cell phone, and towel in the driveway and on the street.
Circumstantial.
Yeah. Everybody's got that stuff. According to the warrant, Thelis killed her youngest child, Da Vinci Joseph, by soaking him in an accelerant, suspected gasoline. God. Oh.
Soaked him in it. Why didn't you just drown him in that shit?
Oh, God.
Drown him in the gas.
And then, of course, ignited him on fire.
Maybe we should have just taken the baby. Now
you might have should have gone ahead and
we might have could have.
You didn't have a clue that she was out of her goddamn mind. Anyway, the store clerk who sold Thelis the gasoline said, "I kind of have PTSD because I feel bad, and it happened in my store. Everything was provided from my store."
What a cocksmoker. Store
clerk. It's like, what are you talking about?
I kind of have PSTD because
no, you don't.
PTSD.
The surviving child might have it, not you.
Yeah, you're the last one we care about,
right?
Everything was provided from my store. I have PT. I have pust. I have patist.
Yes, suffering from severe. Hey, can I have the rest of the month off? I have patist. So Thelis is facing charges. First degree murder, attempted and second degree. She's reportedly still in the hospital.
I'm more concerned about her.
She got burned.
I feel more empathy for the killer.
PTSD. I wonder if you guys let me. I want to give a victim impact statement.
I know.
Setting thing.
I'm so glad to be a part of something like this story of horrific murder.
All I had to do was sell some gas.
Yeah.
A lighter.
It's got nothing to do with you.
Why are they even talking to this asshole?
I don't know. He's like, why? What are you?
Oh, I know.
Did she seem normal when she came in?
Everybody else is all burned up.
Yeah.
It's the only one they can talk to.
Yeah.
It was either burn up or all upset.
We had to fill out the few minutes of our coverage. Hey, what about the guy who sold this shit? Yeah, let's talk to him.
I got PTSD.
No, you don't.
The reporter nodding thoughtfully.
Of course. Oh, man. So, well, what a little discovery we made there.
A nice little detour.
Yeah. All right. Our next one.
Wow. Hubba.
What a catch this one is. Zippy the Pinhead's sister.
Damn. Dr. Seuss looking bitch.
Oh, man. So another one behind the wheel who shouldn't have been. Woman accelerated, ran over bank worker putting up Christmas lights because drive-through was closed. A 41-year-old woman.
I can see it.
Oh, yeah. She's
I
like,
can see it.
God damn it. Why
Like,
is the
serious?
drive-thru closed?
And someone's up there putting Christmas decorations up instead of scooping fries.
Yeah. A 41-year-old woman in Missouri is accused of intentionally running over a bank employee who was putting up Christmas lights after becoming enraged.
I'm sorry. It's a bank drive-through.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you would have understood if it was about fries.
There's still bank drive-throughs. You know. Remember those things? They have the pneumatic tube or whatever.
Yeah, we got those. Yeah, they still got them. So the guy is putting up Christmas lights after becoming enraged that decorating project temporarily closed the bank's drive-through window. Gemma Allen was taken
annoying. There's a lot. A bank's got a lot of off hours. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. They had time to do this
over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I was off. I wasn't going to come over and do lights then. Well, this is what you.
I would be. It's fully enraging.
Yeah,
I'm not really bitching the fucking pink robe side.
So she was taken into custody and charged with 1 count of second-degree assault and 1 count of resisting or interfering with arrest for felony. Firefighters and emergency personnel were called in about a pedestrian being struck. Yeah. Upon arriving, first responders located the villain. The victim. Jeez. God damn, Pat, you got me convinced. Who's in the wrong here?
Well, you blamed and vilified the victim.
I know. Who was immediately transported to nearby Mercy Hospital for treatment for visible injuries. Police said the vehicle involved in the incident was a 2016 Kia Soul that was last seen driving out of the bank parking lot. The vehicle was said to be driven by Allen. Police.
He had invisible injuries.
Yeah. She was protected by a bathrobe. So they went through the surveillance footage. The footage showed that the crew was in the banking parking lot installing Christmas lights in the drive-through section. The crew installing lights
in the tragedy section.
Yeah.
They were installing Christmas lights in the tragedy section.
Police. Alan was driving the Kia as he tried to get through the crew's putting up the lights. The victim tried to explain to Alan that the drive-through area was closed. Alan began to argue with the victim and cursed him. As the victim walked away and bent over to pick up a tote, Alan accelerated and struck the victim. The victim fell onto the hood of the Kia and held onto the hood as Alan accelerated the Kia through the parking lot.
Kia Soul, huh?
Yes.
I thought that was a black person's car.
Well,
typically a black person's car, isn't it?
She may identify as one.
I don't know.
Anyway, as Alan accelerated, the victim was flung off of the hood of the Kia onto the ground after intentionally striking the man with her. Did they say can? No, car. Jeez. Alan accelerated out of the back of the park.
Can, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Striking the man with her can.
With her can. Oh, shit. So they were able to locate Alan and the Kia at a nearby residence. During the arrest, she allegedly pulled away from the officers, but was subdued and taken into custody. So she was processed. During an interview with police, Alan said she accidentally placed her vehicle in drive. You know, that happens.
Whoops.
However, witnesses reportedly told the police she hit the accelerator of her vehicle and hit the victim.
I accidentally done that too.
I was accidentally enraged. Then did not bother to get out and check on him. Oh, well. Well, Merry Christmas, Miss
He
Allen.
does look like sort of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. God, can you imagine?
But I sympathize with her.
Yeah, it is a bit annoying.
I got to get inside and just park and go in, you know. I'm playing in there.
Yeah, she could, but she probably didn't get dressed. She was probably in her bathrobe at the time. I don't know. They come in the store on only bathrobes all the time. I'm like, You can go in the bank like that.
People think the bank is all like, wait, we do the bank. I gotta put on my makeup.
I gotta put on my Sunday best. Well, anyway, hopefully, yeah, they'll take care of it. So, meanwhile, another one, hit and run. Smirking Florida woman runs Good Samaritan into Wawa sign.
I've never heard of smirking Florida.
It's not that bad.
She's from smirking Florida.
After he tried to help following hit and run crash. So there she is with her smirk. But that's what they do in smirking Florida.
Poor Samaritan.
Yes, the Good Samaritan.
The dead Samaritan.
In smirking.
Coming to theaters near you.
Yeah, a Florida woman allegedly struck a vehicle before fleeing and then ran the truck of a Good Samaritan off the road, causing the driver to crash into a Wawa gas station sign.
Wah.
He's been wah-wahing ever since. She then tried to carjack the car involved in the original hit and run.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bitch is on a tear.
46-year-old Melissa Maria Parkinson is facing charges of carjacking, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, criminal mischief, and leaving the scene of a crash. Parkinson, who is smirking in her mugshot, is at the Broward County Jail on $25,000 bond. Let's see. The sheriff's office reportedly said Parkinson was involved in an accident with a woman's Hyundai Sonata on Interstate 95. Parkinson allegedly fled from the crash with the woman in the Hyundai following her off the highway to a nearby Wawa gas station. A passenger in the Hyundai got out to confront Parkinson. Parkinson put the car in reverse, nearly hitting the Hyundai, the affidavit reportedly said. Meanwhile, a Good Samaritan in a pickup truck who should have minded his own business came by to help.
Go back to Samaria.
But then Parkinson reportedly started to go after the man in the pickup truck. He drove away, rear-ending him multiple times. The pickup truck driver lost control and crashed into the Wawa sign.
Damn.
So not done yet.
He accidentally put it in drive.
Yes. Again, this keeps happening. Not done yet. Parkinson tried to carjack the Hyundai. The passenger was able to fight Parkinson off. Deputies arrested Parkinson and took him to jail. There were no reports of any serious injuries.
That's good.
Yeah, so it all worked out, and everyone had a good laugh. Even her. She's smirking about the whole ordeal.
Can you believe it? That is one of the ugliest faces I've ever seen on a
Even bathrobe lady.
Man, look at way uglier. That bathrobe lady was just kind of fat. This shit, look how fat her face is. Though.
Yeah, that's like that's like something's in it.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oof. That's a monster.
Yeah.
Jeez.
A lot wrong with her.
Plenty.
But
the roads and parking lots are safer now.
For how long?
Probably not very, but
Not long in smirking Florida.
You're listening to the Mr. Nailsin Show here on RadioMisfits.com. Approaching vessel. This is the Odysseus. You are on a collision course with us. Change path. What the hell? That's what they've been saying ever since we made contact. I don't know what the hell that could mean. Yeah, me neither. I'm altering course. But, yeah, we thought of that. But every time we move, they match us. Like they're determined to run into us. And it looks like they're gonna do it.
Hey! It's too far away. Gotta get to the boat. Hold up. I was coming from the storm, but wait. I'm drifting away from the ship. Oh, damn it. Oh, there's supply cases in here. Bagsley, of course, he supplied it. He was going somewhere. Oh, maybe the flares. Yeah, the flares. Yes, I can fire one of those. They'll know where to look. What is this? Looks like there's a tape. Several of them. A lot of good that does here. That's there. First aid. No. Now here. Flares. Yeah. Gotta fire one off. That's one. That'll give them. I'll get. It's still drifting. Still drifting. Is that a? That's another ship. Oh man, I'm getting sick. I don't want to get sick in here. Gotta go back out. Come on. Come on, they gotta see the flare. Even in the storm. I'll fire another one when that one goes out. Maybe there's some oars. I can paddle towards them. Oh, God. Oh, the nausea. Damn it. Am I gonna die? I'm gonna die. Just like Baluna. Can't think about that. Just gotta stay close to the ship so they can recover me. At least I can play these tapes. Some sort of... They're labeled. This must be Bagsley's journal. It was a killer document what he was doing.
We are 5 days in, and I'm able to document further as a result of the confusion brought on by the time distortions, which of course are to be expected. However, distortions being distortions, it was, well, still mind-bending to say the least. I must hasten to maintain metrics of my calculations. It's the only hope I'll have to recover Artec. So far, the pockets, for the most part, mapped out as I could best predict. Of course, several losses. However, should I succeed, this might be avoided somewhat, regardless of grandfather paradox. If it's an alternate timeline where I can be reunited, then I'll take it, rather than dwelling on the ever-growing weight of my ultimate failure. Still staggers the mind. All of this discovery hinges on ancient rites and the sort of communicating with an entity likes of which I never could have fathomed had any potential in existence. Nevertheless, this distorted realm, ever so close, ever so far from my daily lives. Of course, the discovery is an achievement unto itself, but I can only be driven by my desire to correct what I've lost.
It's almost as if he knew all along. What happened? What's been happening? How did he? What? Who's there? Who's there?
Mackenzie.
What?
Mackenzie.
God, I'm losing it.
Mackenzie. Mackenzie.
Alba?
You have been listening to The Cruise, written, performed, and produced by me, Douglas Nailsin. Any and all music is courtesy of Kevin MacLeod and other public domain and copyright-free sources. The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @Mr. Nailsin on Twitter, where they will be promptly ignored and or blocked. I kind of have PTSD because I feel bad, and it happened in my store. Everything was provided from my store.
What a cocksmoker.